Welcome. Today we have these two equations. We are asked to find the value of x and y. Getting the value of x and y is easy and straightforward. Follow me to the end of this video so that I'll be able to know how to get the value of x and y from these given equations. So we have x plus y to be equal to 24 as our equation 1. So let's name this equation 1 to make our work easier. And x, y to be equal to 48. Let's name this equation 2. Doing this, we've already declared our equation 1 and equation 2 respectively. Now, let's move on. From equation 1, so we have x plus y to be 24 in equation 1. So we want to make y the subject of the formula. Therefore, we'll be having y to be equal to 24 minus x. Now, once you understand it up to this stage, the next thing for us to do is to substitute for our value of y in equation 2. Therefore, from equation 2, we have x, y to be equal to 48 in equation 2. Now, since xy is equal to 48 and our value of y is equal to 24 minus x, therefore, we can easily see x into bracket 24 minus x, that is the value of y. Everything will now be equal to 48. Here, we have successfully substituted for the value of y, making our work easier. Now, when you use x to open the bracket, you'll be having 24x minus x times x squared will now be equal to 48. So, once you understand it up to this stage, it's easy and straightforward. Just let's move on. We'll now be having, if you multiply true by negative, definitely you'll be having minus x squared plus 24x minus 48 will now be equal to 0 because we are multiplying true by negative. Therefore, we'll now be having x squared minus 24x plus 48 now be equal to 0. Yes, once you understand it up to this stage, it's easy and straightforward. So let's move on. When we apply the quadratic formula to our equation, you will see that we'll be able to get rid of the two variables so that we'll be able to look for the value of x. Our quadratic formula says x to be equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Therefore, x will now be equal to, since b is minus 24, we now have x to be equal to minus into bracket minus 24 plus or minus square root of minus 24 squared minus 4 times 1 times 48, everything divided by 2 times 1. Now, once you understand it up to this stage, the next thing we are going to do is to use this negative to multiply by minus 24. It will now be negative times minus 24, that will give us 24, plus or minus square root of 24 times 24, that will give us 576, minus 4 times 48, that will give us 192. Everything divided by 2. Now, our x now be equal to 24 plus or minus square root of 576 minus 192, that will give us 384. So everything divided by 2. So moving forward, we have, so let's try and divide 384 by 2 so that we'll be able to simplify our equation. So 2 in 384, that will give us 192. 2 in 192, that will give us 96. 2 in 96, that will give us 48. 2 in 48, that will give us 24. So 2 in 24, that will give us 12. 2 in 12, that will give us 6. 2 in 6, that will give us 3. So this shows that 384 will now be 2 raised to power 7 multiplied by 3. So therefore x now equal to 24 plus or minus square root of 2 raised to power 7 times 3 everything divided by 2. Now, once you understand it up to this stage, it's now making sense. Our x will now be equal to 24 plus or minus square root of 2 raised to power 6 times 2, 2 raised to power times 2 times 3 when we split it. So I can easily rewrite this as well. So our x will be equal to 24 plus or minus square root of 2 raised to power 6 multiplied by 6. Yes, that's 2 times 3, that will give us 6. So this is divided by 2, but I will later add it. So 24 plus or minus square root of, so I want to rewrite it. So I will later divide the upper one by 2, multiply by, so everything divided by 2. Then the previous one to divide by 2. Yes, that's correct. Now, our x now be equal to 24 plus or minus square root of 2 raised to power 6 times square root of 6, everything divided by 2. Now, so from our previous explanation, since our x is equal to 24 plus or minus square root of 2 raised to power 6 multiplied by square root of 6. So I just rewrite that out. So multiply by square root of 6. Now everything divided by 2. So it's easy for us to continue from where we stopped. So x will now be equal to 24 plus or minus, so 2 raised to power 3, because the half, the square root will change to half, it will cancel the power of 3. So multiply by square root of 6, everything divided by 2. And don't forget, in mathematics, you can split the numerator into 2 and you divide both by 2, by what we have as your denominator. So therefore we have 24 divided by 2 plus or minus square root of 8 square root of 6 divided by 2. So these two will cancel out 24. We left with 12 plus or minus 4 square root of 6. So this is general value for x. But x, we have two answers. So therefore x1 will be 12. If x is positive, that is x1 will be 12 plus 4 root of 6. And if x is negative, that's x2 will now be equal to 12 minus 4 square root of 6. Yes. Now, once you understand it up to this stage, it's easy and straightforward now. Don't forget our y is equal to 24 minus x. So since our y is 24 minus x, it's easy, and we already have the value of x. So y1 will be equal to 24. Then we'll take the value of x1 into bracket 12 plus 4 square root of 6. So here, you will use the negative to open the bracket. Y1 will now be equal to 24 minus 12 plus, so minus times plus will give us minus 4 square root of 6. Yes. Therefore, y1 will be equal to 12 minus 4 square root of 6. Now, we have our y1, so we need to get the value of, so therefore we can write out our x1 comma y1, which will now be equal to 12 plus 4 square root of 6, yes, comma 12 minus 4 square root of 6. Yes, that's our x1 comma y1. So we now find the value of y2. So this is our x2. X2 is 12 minus 4 square root of 6. So we want to find the value of y2. So y generally is 24 minus x. So we now substitute for the value of x2. Y2 will now be 24 minus. So the value of x2 will be 12. So that's minus. I just made a mistake there. So that's minus. So I will later change it. So our y2 will now be equal to 24 minus 12. So plus. That is supposed to be plus. Because that one is minus. Yes, that one is minus, correct. Plus 4 square root of 6. So now y2 now be equal to 12. Yes, 24 minus 12, that's 12 plus 4 square root of 6. So here we can now write out our x2, y2. So therefore our x2, y2 now be equal to 12 plus 4, 12 minus 4 root 6, 12 plus 4 square root of 6. So now the next thing for us to do now is to confirm if our answer is correct. So to confirm if our answer is correct, we need to substitute for the value of x and y in our original equation. X plus y is equal to 24. Our x, so that's 12 plus 4 square root of 6. So plus y, that is 12 minus 4 square root of 6. It must be equal to 24. That is, our left hand side must be equal to right hand side for us to be sure that our calculation is correct. So therefore we have 24 to be equal to 24 because 4 square root of 6 minus 4 square root of 6 has cancelled out each other. So the second one, xy to be equal to 48. So let's now get the product of x and y. Therefore we'll be having 12 plus 4 square root of 6, open and close bracket, open bracket, 12 minus 4 square root of 6. So this must be equal to 48. Yes. Now let's now open this bracket. If you open this bracket, you have 12 squared minus 48 root 6 plus 48 root 6 minus 4 root 6, everything square is now equal to 48. Yes. Minus 48 root 6, we cancel out plus 48 root 6. Therefore, 12 squared minus 4 squared, then square root of 6 squared. If you use the square to open the bracket, every now equal to 40. So therefore, 12 squared is 144 minus 4 times 4 is 16. So the square will cancel out the square root, you are left with 6. And if you do 144 minus 16 times 6, that will give us 96, now equal to 48. So 144 minus 96 will give us 48. Therefore, left hand side is equal to right hand side. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.